What's up, y'all? Back at it with another NC9 Talk. I'm Nicholas, and this is my papa, Carlos.
What's up?
Thanksgiving Day, the Niners are going to verse the Seattle Seahawks at Lumen Field. Niners in the all-whites, 94 throwbacks, and then the Seattle Seahawks are going to be those green uniforms. So it's going to be a good one.
Let's throw
It's going to be on NBC, 5 of 20. You know, basically, it's going to be on the Sunday night coverage, but it's going to be a Thanksgiving game, which is...
Nightcap.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, this is going to actually determine, I think...
The division?
Well, we're one game ahead. We win this game, makes us 2 games ahead. And we still have another game in another week from now. 2 weeks. Because we've got Eagles then back at home with Seattle. So I think this is those type of games that we need to take care of and kind of put the...
Get away early.
Yeah, put their foot on the throat on the division. You know, get this division out of the way. So we could focus on what's ahead, which is the playoffs, right? But we gotta take care of business first. So this should be an interesting game. Every game that within your divisions is always interesting.
Yeah.
The last
few years, if it's the Cardinals, the Rams, it's always gonna be interesting because divisional games are gonna be tough. You know.
Yeah, they all know each other really well.
Know each other, so they all got a game plan, but this Niners team in general is just the last 2 weeks are just hitting right now.
Yeah.
And Seattle is coming off a loss.
Yeah. And
against the LA Rams with no Cooper Kupp. So.
Yeah. And then Geno Smith is coming off. I mean, he played, but he was injured. Yeah. I don't know how much that's gonna affect. I mean, this is a short week, so I think it's gonna affect them. That's just me. And I think our guys on the defensive side is gonna just go after this team. You know, this team. I guess it's not what they used to be, of course, and playing in Seattle is not like it used to be either.
Yeah, it's not really. Remember last year, it was all red.
The last 10 years, when
Russell
Wilson and
Marshawn, Legion of Boom.
It was like you could forget it. There was no way you're gonna win there. That's how it used to be when they Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. You could never go on Lambeau Field, especially in the winter, and win a game. But Michael Vick changed that up back in the days. So now, going to Seattle is not that like, oh my God, we're afraid of the 12-man, what they call. It's not like that. Like you said, last year was majority red. And Niners they travel well.
The best traveling team actually in the league.
In the NFL, yeah, they are. So I wouldn't expect, I would expect another sea of red in this game. And come on, man. It's Thursday night, Thanksgiving. The last time they had a Thanksgiving game, it was against the Ravens. That's the last time they went. Actually, not the last time they went to the Super Bowl. That's the year they went to the Super Bowl against the Ravens. And it was a Thanksgiving game. So Niners lost that game. It was a close game, but I think this game ends up being different. I think we have too many playmakers right now, and we're just hitting on all cylinders the last 2 games, like you said. 5-0, lost 3, came back, have won 2 games very convincingly. Last week, they could have won probably by a way larger margin, but it didn't.
The score didn't look how the game was. The game was dominance, and with Ofanga going down, Jair Brown came in, made big plays. So hopefully he can keep that going. And this defense with this defensive line, they got to get to Geno Smith early.
Yeah.
And take DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett out of the game immediately because they can make plays, and we know they can make plays. We've seen it before because we're in that division, NFC West. So just take them out of the game and shut down Kenneth Walker, which is, it's not gonna be easy, but I know this Niners defense can do it. And like last year in the playoffs, it was 41 to 23, I believe, and it wasn't a close game at all. Niners, they were losing at halftime. And then they just went full on touchdown, and they just went, they were rolling. Yeah. And that was when Purdy was rolling too. He had a 3-touchdown, 300-yard game in his playoff debut. So all the Purdy's haters out there, Nick Wright, it doesn't make any sense because Joe Montana doesn't get bashed for having Jerry Rice, and Steve Young had Terrell Owens. He had Jerry Rice as well. So when Purdy has weapons, he's just, hated on, tarnished. It's just, It doesn't make any sense.
All these quarterbacks. Look at Mahomes yesterday. All right, Mahomes. Look what happens when you don't have. I mean, they won the Super Bowl last year, so he's not the. He's one of those players that's just special. But a lot of these quarterbacks, man, this year, especially with like the Josh Allen from Buffalo. I mean, that team's 5-5, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, and he's supposed to be. They're supposed to be a football Super Bowl favorite.
And
he's considered an elite. Yes, he's been an elite.
Because he has a cannon.
Okay, he's been elite. However, we have to be like we gotta keep it real with what we're watching in front of us, man. If a player's playing good, we gotta call it as it is. And then who are they playing? If Purdy is playing garbage teams and he's killing every single of these teams,
Panthers or
the Panthers, the Giants, the Patriots, the Jets, and he's killing them. Okay, he's killing weak teams, and he's supposed to kill weak teams. So I'm gonna put him as the best quarterback in the league because he's doing that. But no,
but he's playing against the Jaguars. That was really good defense.
5-0. I mean, 5 straight games coming to that game.
And they're a leader in takeaways. And Tampa Bay was top 10 in scoring. Had a good defense.
Yeah.
Very solid defense. And Purdy had a perfect passer rating. Like, what else can you ask for? What else does he need to do?
I think he went from Jacksonville 143 to this one 153.
Yeah.
So, he's just got to continue playing within the game plan. Keep slinging it. Keep putting pressure on the other team. And then when you have chances, you got to take advantage. I think key in this game is, trying to get the crowd out of it quick on any road game, of course. So, the fastest thing to do is you score fast and you hold the other team 3 and out. And you could do that, it'll be all right. I think the Niners are able to do that in this game. I think the Niners win. It may not be easy in the beginning, but I think they're just going to get away from it. It's going to get away from the Seattle Seahawks, and we're just a better team overall, man. We've been saying it all year long, and it's a fact. It's not like we're making this up. It's not like we're Niner, like we just we talk about the Niners. We're just gonna pick the Niners and don't think.
And I'm not gonna put the Niners over the Eagles until the Niners beat the Eagles, and I can't wait for that game.
Yeah.
But that will be soon to come. But I think Purdy's gonna have another one of those games where it's just that pass rating is just so high, and the team dominates once again. And he uses all of his weapons, which
you're supposed to.
You're supposed to do. How are you gonna not use your weapons that you have, that you're dealt with? That would just be dumb.
Every quarterback uses their weapons, and if they don't use their weapons, shame on them. Mahomes uses Kelsey, okay. Tua uses Hill. If you go down the line from every single team, tell me what quarterback does not use their weapon. Even if they're not like, an all-star or whatever, each quarterback uses their weapons. They have to use their weapons.
He has the best offensive line in the game. DeAndre Swift, running back, that has been very solid this year. And A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, and Devontae Smith to throw to. Those are 3 of some of the best at their position. So, he doesn't get any hate because...
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Because Purdy was the last pick.
And we're going to keep saying this. He's the last pick. And it's going to happen. They're going to keep waiting. But I feel that hate would die down and that they'll just stop waiting when he gets that ring.
Okay. Say they win this year, they're going to say it because of the weapons they have, not because of Purdy. It's always going to be...
Well, Jimmy G never won the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's true that. It's always going to be because of his weapons, unfortunately. And if you're not appreciating everything this kid's doing, he's such a young quarterback. He's in his first full year, per se. He's so young. And what he's doing is pretty crazy, but no one's making a big deal, which is okay. That's fine. Keep doing your thing, Purdy. Niner Faithful's right behind you. And for all those who wanted to get this guy out of town after this 3-game losing streak, shame on you. I mean, it is what it is. You got to deal with it,
That's
So
why I love watching First Things First.
it is what it is, man. But so this game comes down to our defense. This comes down to our defense dominating the front, dominating Geno Smith, getting to him.
And Seattle's a bottom 15 in yards per game for both offense and defense. So
we should be able to run against this team and pound them and get Geno Smith rattled because he tends to turn the ball over when he's rattled. A lot of teams do, but with this rush that we have right now, you know, we got to be able to get to them and
get home and cause
turnovers.
havoc,
More interceptions. We're the leading interception.
That hasn't been the case
team.
for many years. They
Which
really
is weird, yeah. Never intercepted, but now we're leading the league in interceptions. So I think that's going to help. I think breakout game, to be honest with me, will be the whole defensive line. I think they're just going to just disrupt everything, which is going to be a domino effect, and that's going to help our new safeties. The only thing I'm kind of like weird about is that now, you know, that Ufunga's out. You know, this new rookie is going to come in. How well is he going to play? You know, is Seattle going to attack him? You know, with the looks, and they have a pretty solid. You know, their Metcalf. Come on, that guy's no joke. He could go off. He could go off on any
like
team.
Last year in the playoff game, he had 10 catches. And he had that big touchdown on Travis Ward, but that didn't really make a difference in that game because that team, the Niners, hit on all cylinders and they took away the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the defensive player in my mind is Fred Warner. I feel he's gonna finally get that. I'm not even gonna say breakout game because he's been having insane games, but he's gonna get the numbers. Let's just say the numbers in this game.
Last week he got good numbers.
Yeah, but I feel
fumble.
He's gonna get a pick and he's gonna get like a lot of tackles, and I feel just the numbers because a lot of people look at numbers, but a lot of people don't look at how valuable people really are. And Fred Warner, I say, is the most valuable defensive player in the league this year, other than T.J. Watt, maybe Myles Garrett, but
yeah.
I say that's the top 3 right now.
He should be in the conversation, but you know, linebackers usually don't get that, which he should. But you know, it is what it is. But
that just helps out Dre Greenlaw even more, and I feel these linebackers are going to make it really hard, especially for Kenneth Walker, because they made it a hard time for Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, and now, Travis Etienne in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Made it a hard time for him. Barely got anything going, so I feel Kenneth Walker, which is a good running back, I feel they're going to shut him down, and that's really their big weapon in the run game. So if they shut that down, they're gonna be forced to pass.
Yeah.
And with the weapons of Tyler Lockett
one-dimensional.
and DK Metcalf, it'll only get you so far because if you're one-dimensional, they know what you're gonna do. That pass rush is gonna get there sooner or later.
Yeah.
And they're gonna turn the ball over.
Yeah.
So I feel it's just gonna be a dominant game.
Yeah. Offensive, I feel that, you know, CMC is gonna continue doing his thing. You know, Debo hasn't been doing much, but he's been doing enough to disrupt the game, to make everybody else get
just having him out there, I feel like, I know he's getting paid a lot, and I know we need to get him the ball, but even if he's not getting the ball, he's making such a big impact.
He's actually staying healthy, which is good. They're not running him down the throat for other teams. So the thing is, he's getting to rest all these games, so he's fresh. He's going to be fresh for the Eagles game. He's going to be fresh for this game. He's going to be fresh for the end part of the season. He's going to be fresh. That he's making such an impact just being there. And
that's what Shanahan does. In these big games, like Seattle right now, the Eagles coming up, in Baltimore, he uses weapons. He knows how to scheme up. Like those games against Tampa Bay, he's like, okay, let me just use one weapon this game maybe. I'm going to use another the next game. Like that's really what he does. But in the big games, like in Dallas, he used everybody. Everybody
scored,
and it was an insane game, and that's what he does.
Yeah, this game is gonna be good. I think Debo's gonna have a breakout game. I think they're gonna continue feeding Kittle. I think they found something with Kittle, obviously,
and that's what he does.
We've been saying it all this long. Keep feeding this guy because this guy is a
second half of the season. This is what he does, and
he's too valuable now to be getting catches, man. Yes, he's a good blocker, but this guy needs to catch the ball. Be throwing the ball. So I think him and Debo are going to be breakout players to me, and Niners end up winning. I think they hit their mark, 28 points, to a good 15 to 16 points. I think that 28 is a minimum. I think they could go higher in this game, up to 35 to 42, but I think 28 to like 15 is going to be enough, and they're going to dominate this game, I think. And they're gonna just show who is the big dog in the NFC West. If they lose, they still have a chance to get back to them. You don't want to lose first game because then you mess up the tiebreaker if they end up winning the next game. So they got to take care of business in this game from the beginning to end. You know, flawless. Watch out for the penalties, and then they'll be all right. And they should be coming at the end. So I say 28-15 game.
In the last game, they used Elijah Mitchell a lot, and they took CMC. Kyle Shanahan took CMC out for a lot of plays, so which is good. You know, you don't need CMC out there every play, and Elijah Mitchell was useful in that game. Made an impact, had a lot of first downs.
Yeah. And
just even Elijah Mitchell getting used.
Yeah, keep these guys fresh.
Yeah, keeping everybody fresh. Like that's why this team is just different from everybody else, because they're selfless. They're gonna make a play for each other, and they have the weapons to use. You know, 2 in a game and then another 2 in the next game. Keep everybody fresh. And in this game, I can't go wrong with CMC, right? So I feel CMC is going to have a big game. Like, he hasn't had a crazy game in a while, but I say he's going to have a 2-touchdown game, you know, over 100 yards and a lot in the passing game. He's going to be a threat everywhere, as he usually is. And the Niners will... I just smell a blowout. I'm not going to lie. Something in me smells a blowout.
What? Like a 28-3, 26?
No, Niners just put points on the board. Blowout. Because on Thanksgiving game, I feel they're just gonna put some points on the board. Even like they were above. I mean, they were like ahead in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, but it's just a random game. You know, they already got the win, but they're on national television now. Thanksgiving game, and I feel they're gonna make a big statement game, just like the Cowboys. They're just gonna rack up the points, and I feel they're gonna get I'm gonna say 45-20 game, and I know that is a big score, but I just smell it for some reason that this team is just gonna come out and just hit on all cylinders as they usually are, but just score touchdowns.
They could do
6,
it.
7
I believe
touchdowns.
it. I believe it.
And I don't see that not happening, because they did it in the playoffs against the Seahawks anyway.
Yeah.
So I've seen them do it, so that's why I have the confidence.
And we're much better at this point right now. So
yeah. And they're coming off a loss. We're coming off a 2-game win streak. So hopefully we get a dub on
rolling.
Thanksgiving night. Let's keep it rolling.
Let us know what you guys think.
Let us know what you guys think for this game. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Let's go Niners, baby.
Niners.